Hello, dearest friend. Yes, you. It's me. And I only have one question for you. Well, two questions, if I'm being completely honest. I only have two questions for you. Is it secret? Is it safe? I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with these intros. They're getting weirder the longer this channel continues to exist. But I'm here to read you a story. Yeah. From our friend, Emerald Aussie. It's time. It's time for part 7 of the Squirrel Beard saga. So I hope you're ready. Part 7. 2 more parts to go. I already finished part 8, the finale, and I'll post that tomorrow. Thanks for the comments and the love, it's been amazing. This part is a bit of a time jump, just because I didn't talk to SB for a couple of years. After SB went to the army, I didn't see much of him. Okay, I didn't see him at all. I didn't talk to him much either. I did hear from him a few months later because he was going to be in a nearby town seeing his parents. We talked for a while, and he sounded like he wanted to see if we could work. We planned to go out for Valentine's Day. I was absolutely fine with it. It seemed like a great day for an official first date. I got ready and waited for him to arrive. At 6, he wasn't there. That is when he was supposed to pick me up. I text him. No reply. Does this feel familiar to anyone else? Yeah. That's right. He never showed up. At 8, I finally got a text that he wasn't going to make it. Okay, then. I went and put on PJs, washed off my makeup, and cried. Aww. And that was the last I heard from SB for a few years. Fast forward to when I'm 28. 28 was an eventful year. For starters, Beetle and I were on the outs. He had taken to spending time with a group of hippie activist protesters and homeschooling/unschooling wee one. I did not agree with this. Yeah, I agree with you. But I didn't have much of a say. I also did not like when he told me that he would call at a certain time, and I would never hear from him because he was with the hippies. During this time, Beetle and I drifted further and further apart. As for SB, he texted me one day and told me that he was no longer in the army. He had gotten out and was living in Southville, about 2 hours away from Capital City. He wanted me to go see him, so I did. I thought perhaps we could have a second chance to see our love story through. Gag. That's not me, that actually is written in there. We made weekend plans, and I went to see him. I told him that after standing me up on Valentine's Day that it would be a platonic visit. I wanted to go slow and just be friends. He had really hurt me. He agreed. You see where this is going? Because I didn't. I don't like where this is going. Oh, am I going to get angry? I might get angry. I went to his apartment, which was decorated in My Little Pony, wall to wall. He'd become a hardcore, full-on, unapologetic brony. This would have been around that time, wouldn't it? And we caught up on life. I filled him in on my life and vented about Beetle. Ugh, hippies, was his only reply as he started telling me about his time in the army. He had been a linguist and mostly been in Southville. He hadn't been stationed far away, except for when he and his wife had been stationed at... Wait, what? Wife? I asked.
Oh, yeah, I got married. It didn't last long. She cheated on me with another officer. It was a messy divorce. She refused to go back to her maiden name. Like I want that bitch to keep my last name.
Wait, come again? You were married?
Yeah?
You never mentioned that.
Oh, I thought I had. Well, yeah, it was. Bitch took half my anime box sets.
Not the anime! What the fuck? I did not know what to say. Something else he had failed to tell me. Wow. Okay, so My Little Pony, I asked, gesturing around the room.
Love MLP. Such a great show about friendship. My favorite pony is Pinkie Pie. I even have a pink computer I built.
So basic. You have a pink computer, I asked?
Yeah, it's my favorite color.
Okay, now, dear reader, as you must know by now, I am a supporter of the LGBT community. Same. Hell, I'm part of it. Same. I am bi. Same. My husband is pan. I don't have a husband, so I can't do that anymore. My daughter is either lesbian or pan. She's still working that out. Fair. I have zero issues with who you love. I do, however, have issues when you're acting like a closet case, when you have been homophobic the entire time I've known you. Unless it involved two hot lesbians. Oh, he's one of those guys. Do I honestly think SB is a closet case? Hard to say. I want to say no, that's just SB for you. But honestly, given his church upbringing, it's possible. Yeah, I don't know enough about this dude to really say one way or the other, but I can see where you're coming from. This is what I was pondering as I started to feel sorry for SB. Had everything he'd done to me been because he was struggling with his life in the closet? Not that it would excuse some of the things he had done to me, but it might explain it? I was still pondering when I felt hands on my hips and lips on my neck. Oh no. I pulled away. Damn it, SB, I told you this is a platonic visit. It was the first time I stopped him so forcefully. Was I getting over him? What was happening? I certainly didn't find myself attracted to him as I had been in the past, but no, that can't be. Love doesn't die, or it isn't love. Thus, if I ever loved him at all, I still did. It had just been a while, and I had to get to know him again.
Come on, you know you want it. Oh, I fucking hate when people say that shit. That's just foul.
He whispered in my ear as he pulled me back. Ew, I don't like this. No, I truly don't, I said, trying to pull away.
You always do.
Ew. This back and forth went on for a couple of minutes until I finally just got tired of it and gave in. Oh no. We undressed and got in bed, and then he went to his closet and came out with a bunch of bondage gear, including a collar and leash. Okay. Pause. Not to go deep into my kinks, because there are elements of bondage I enjoy, although only with my husband, but I have never been into the leash and collar thing. I do not think it is sexy to be chained like a dog. No, just no. I refused to put the collar on, and he begged. This is gonna get really fucking weird.
Come on, try it with me. It's a fantasy of mine for you to be my pet, my slave. Oh,
ew. No, I said.
Please, OP.
He's begging. Oh god, he's begging. No, and if you push it, I'm stopping this now.
Okay, fine.
He went back to kissing me and doing other stuff.
Call me dad. Oh,
no. Look, I get it. There are people who are into that, and people like it when, you know, oh, call me daddy. It's like, that's fucking gross. Don't do that. That's one of the many reasons I really fucking hate that. Don't start. I see you starting. I see you in the comments. Don't you fucking do it. What? No. Ew, are you serious?
Please, I want to hear you call me daddy. Blech.
I felt disgusted. Ugh. Oh, daddy. I said, grossed out with myself. Yeah, I'm feeling a little nauseated myself.
Oh, yeah, good.
I hope you enjoyed that. I really hope you enjoy the horrible things that the story is making me do. I hope you enjoy it, chat. I hope you enjoy it, listener. You fuckers. I am not ashamed to admit I faked it just to be done. Truth be told, I always faked it with him, but this time I faked it much faster than I usually would have. I know. I honestly thought that orgasms were just something I couldn't do. That is really sad. That something is wrong with me. I later found out that this is not true at all. Yeah, wow. That, sounds like he's not very good at what he wants, so. I was not entirely happy with the way that this visit went, I imagine. He made it extremely sexual, and while I should have said no, I decided it wasn't worth arguing with him. This is a good time to take a break and discuss why I couldn't cut him out of my life. And this time, it wasn't just about being in love. By this point, I don't think I was completely in love with him anymore. But I had this whole soulmate idea in my head that was really hard to let go of. Woof. It is also really hard for me to cut people out of my life. I want to be that friend that is there no matter what. I have learned, as I've gotten older, that that's not always possible. But at the time, I was still in the midst of learning that lesson. Yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn. I definitely feel you on that one. For that reason, I couldn't bring myself to cut SB out of my life completely. I still haven't 100%, but that's for part 8. Basically, at this point, I was loyal to a fault. And I don't mean that in a, I'm going to say it's a fault because I want others to recognize it as a positive and build up my ego sort of way. I mean that in a, it is actually a fault and I need to work on this because it breeds toxicity in my life sort of way. You can be toxically loyal, and I absolutely was. Still am, but I'm getting better. I believe in your ability to get better, OP. I think you're pretty awesome. So after that visit, I continued to talk to SB, although not even close to daily anymore. I had my own shit. At this point, I'd found the joys of comic conventions and podcasting.
You know, there's a certain space horse who has a podcast where he reads weird stories. I hope you enjoy it.
I love cosplaying, usually DC heroine, actually usually a version of Supergirl. That's pretty cool. And I also got invited to host some panels on various topics from fanfic writing to movies that were so bad that they're good. Think The Room. Oh, I know all about The Room. Have you heard of Neil Breen? You should look up Neil Breen. You're welcome. I met some amazing people that I look up to, and it was a great time. Of course, I was working as well, because Comic-Con certainly don't pay the bills. I was working in preschool by this time. I left the call center behind because it was causing me too many stress-related health issues, and I actually love working with kids much more than entitled adults that need their TV fixed today because their precious baby needs to watch High School Musical, and if I can't make it happen, I was a... Wow. Paraphrase of a real call. That really happened? Really? Some people fucking suck. I did some text-based RP at the time as well and continued to play WoW. I had gotten my dad into it by this point too. My dad is actually more obsessed with it than me for a while. I still lead the guild, he started proudly. Damn, I miss him. Aw. So, all in all, life was pretty okay. That said, I was still fighting with Beetle, and that was only deteriorating further. The hippies continued to contort my bestie's mind into something I didn't recognize, and no amount of reason would get through to him. It came to a head one day when he just could not understand why I was so mad at him. Maybe because I don't like you promising to RP with me and then standing me up. Oh, so you're mad that I actually have a life? I have a real life with friends and you're jealous? Wow. No, I don't care that you have other friends. I do care that you tell me you're going to be online at a certain time, and when I'm there waiting for you and you never show up. Sorry that I have a life outside of a computer. I can't always plan for these things. Then don't give me a specific time to be online because you make plans with me. I am taking you at your word. You're acting like a jealous ex-girlfriend. I don't understand your issue. You're making plans with me and bailing. I'm sorry we can't make plans in real life, but this is the only way we can hang out, so I take these plans as plans. He was getting more and more angry. I can't plan my life around a computer. I'm not asking you to. He just did not get it. Yes, you are. I don't understand why this is all such a big deal. Really, dude? Really? Because I'm in love with you, I cried. I froze the moment the words left my mouth. I hadn't meant to say that. To be 100% honest, I hadn't even known I felt that way until I said it out loud. What? Well, you picked a damn fine time to say that. Sorry, it's how I feel. I guess I just want a life with you, and we can raise wee one together, and you should just come here. I was stammering and grasping at words at this point. That is never going to happen. I just started crying, and I had all these feelings, and I just realized, and it's a hell of a time to realize it. I get that. I can't do this anymore. I hung up, and that was the last time Beetle and I talked for a year. Holy shit, dude. I thought that this would be the end of our relationship. It's the closest we ever came to ending our friendship, that's for sure. I was super depressed when I lost Beetle. Yeah, I imagine. Mom actually got worried about me because I was so depressed. I made a playlist of sad songs and would lay in my room listening to those songs and crying. One of the songs was Shoulda Known Better by Richard Marx. I don't think I know that one. To this day, when it comes on the radio, I tease Beetle by singing it to him. As for SB, somehow he was not as important anymore. I was honestly unsure how I felt about him at this point. What I did know is that I couldn't cut him out of my life because he was a friend, if nothing else. I finally decided I needed to see him again to try and sort out my feelings for him. I had no idea how this would end up changing everything. I planned a weekend to go see him in Southville, went to his apartment, sat him down in the living room, and had a talk with him right away. SB, this is a completely platonic visit. I'm in a bad place, and I'm trying to sort things out. I just need a friend. We've been friends for a long time, and that's what I need right now. Can you be that for me?
No sex?
No, I'm just not in the place for that right now. Please, I just really need a friend.
Yeah, I could be that.
Thank you. This time, he seemed to be true to his word. We went and hung out at a game shop, ate a meal. It was normal friend stuff. I did note that the pony decor had expanded to taking over his truck by this time. I will never get over that big-ass truck decorated with Pinkie Pie shit everywhere. He forced me to watch MLP, and it was painful. Don't get me wrong, I like some kid stuff. I still watch Power Rangers when the mood strikes me, but MLP, with its hippie message of fairness equals inclusive, it's everything wrong with the world today, but that's another story. The original series, like the first couple of seasons, weren't the worst thing ever, because it felt more like a goofy sitcom, but yeah, after a while it got really stupid, and I can understand why it would definitely rub a lot of people the wrong way. That being said, like, you know, to each their own, I don't really give a shit. In either case, when it came time to go to bed, SB offered to take the sofa. I'm not okay kicking you out of your bed, SB. I'll take the sofa.
You're my guest. You take the bed.
I'm really not comfortable with that. I don't mind the sofa at all. We argued for a couple of minutes when I finally had a stupid idea. You are okay with being platonic friends, right? I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, if that's what you want.
And it is. We're both adults. We're near 30. We can share a bed as friends. No.
Yes, sure, he said.
I nodded and went to change clothes. Do you feel history repeating itself yet? Yep. Don't like where this is going. Getting upset. I got in bed and he asked me if I was sure I wanted to keep up platonic. No. Yes, I just want to go to sleep. I was exhausted and started to doze quickly. I'm not sure how long I was out when I was woken up by pressure on my body. No. I opened my eyes and realized SB is on top of me and his hands are under my shirt. Motherfucker. I froze for a second because I'd been in a deep sleep. Once again, I was weighing if this was real. Once I determined that it was, I waited a few more seconds to see how far he's going to go. When I felt his hand slide in my pajama pants, I quickly got my wits about me and wiggled under him. The hell are you doing?
You're so beautiful. You know you want this.
Oh, this motherfucker. Okay, yep. He said as he pressed his lips to mine. Actually, I don't, I said, turning my head, realizing that I was actually grossed out by him touching me at this point.
Come on,
he said. I'm sure he thought he could wear me down again because he always had before. No, stop, now, I cried as I pushed him off me.
Come on.
No, this is not platonic. I'm going to sleep on the sofa.
No, it's okay, I will,
he said, leaving the room. I didn't sleep much of the rest of the night, and I woke up every few minutes just to make sure I was still alone in the room. Yeah, I fucking imagine. Holy shit, dude. The next day I told him I had to cut my trip short and go home right away. We never spoke about that night again, and still haven't to this day. On the drive home, I fully realized why I was no longer in love with SB at all. After all he had done to me, after all he put me through, I was done. He killed that love. I did love Beetle, but that was over. All that was left was to move on. So I did. I focused on moving on with my life. Went back to school to get my degree in education, lived at home while I did this, but I still worked in childcare. I made some new friends, continued cosplaying, going to Comic-Con, started collecting more comic books, and really getting into that. I didn't talk to either Beetle or SB for a very long time after that. But that, dear reader, is where I leave you for this installment. And in the next, and last installment, I'll tell you where SB and I are now, and how Beetle and I finally ended up married. Until then, thank you for reading. You know, every time I don't think that I could fucking hate Squirrelbeard more, he finds another fucking level, doesn't he? He just finds another fucking level, doesn't he? Like, holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. How do you become that much of a creep? How is that even possible? How do you get that fucking weird? Like, dude. And you know the part that kills me about this is there is a distinct irony, almost painful irony, to him being like super into this whole pony thing, which is all about like love and friendship and compassion and understanding and never hurting anybody and always doing your best to get along, and he's this level of a piece of shit. Like, What do you watch the show for? What lessons are you not learning from this clearly child show that is trying to teach you basic fucking empathy, sir? How did you fuck that up so bad? Like, I don't even understand. I don't even fucking understand. It's amazing. It is fucking amazing. Holy balls, dude. This guy's a piece of shit. Anyway, OP. I'm so sorry you still had to go through all this shit. I've said that pretty much after every one of these. That this is some serious shit, dude. And I'm glad that you're okay now. But fucking hell, man. Just fucking hell. That is some crazy shit. So, wow. But for those of you listening, if you have your own story, r/Moonhorse stories, you can send it there, and I will definitely see that, check it out, make it made into a video. And if you want to watch those videos being made, I live stream doing exactly that. Every Monday we do that, so you're more than welcome to join us and see that. I also have a Ko-Fi and a merch store. Please check those out. It keeps the lights on in here because, much like PBS, this show is brought to you by viewers like you. There's like a third thing, but I can't remember what it is. I hope it wasn't important because it's gone. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Be awesome to each other. Just generally be awesome to each other. I know that I love you all. There it is. There you go, kids. I'll see you in the next video. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.